From the previous video, we now have an understanding of the importance of youth engagement. So let's take a look at some best practices. Youth have voiced that they want to know that their involvement is valued, and their experience is worthwhile, and that they are having an impact. So how do we do that? To begin, it's helpful to think about youth engagement as a collaborative process, rather than an end result or a specific program. This process involves exploring together and continuous reflection, evaluation, and change. To learn more about this process, we looked to local service providers and youth, and here are some things they highlighted. Communication. Communication and learning styles may look different depending on the purpose and who you are communicating with. Keep in mind there are various modes of communication, so ask what method works best. This could be texting, calling, or social media, to name a few. There are also different learning styles, like visual, auditory, reading-writing, and kinesthetic. So again, ask what works best. It is also important to set clear expectations. This may include roles, responsibilities, and accountability measures. Have a conversation and create these together, because expectations go both ways. And finally, communication involves being transparent and letting youth know what is going on. For example, provide regular updates through avenues that work best for everyone. If you ask youth for their thoughts and ideas, share how you're using their input. Next, the importance of being prepared was highlighted. It takes time, effort, and planning to create a space for success. Ask questions to know who is attending and what is needed. To show respect for the commitment and time youth are giving, have the space and required materials ready for full participation. A great way to do this is to work together to develop a plan, so you know what's needed. The next best practice that was highlighted was to meet youth where they're at. Just like adults, youth have responsibilities. For example, school, work, and family. This means that there will need to be flexibility in when you meet. Also, keep in mind the time of year. Are exams coming up? Are there any cultural or religious considerations? It's also important to know that transportation can be tricky, so keep in mind where you meet. This could mean providing transportation supports, depending on youth needs. And create spaces for youth with diverse experiences. Communicate with youth to know who is coming and what is needed. It will vary from youth to youth. Some youth might require childcare, an interpreter, or a support professional. Asking these questions and making these supports available is one way to show your commitment to making these spaces accessible to all youth. So what is a safe space? Local youth have told us a safe space is where everyone feels that they are welcome, accepted, and that they belong. It's also a space to respectfully engage in difficult conversations. A safe space is created through the overall environment, whether it is a physical space or online. So work with youth to create an atmosphere that meets diverse needs and wants. Support opportunities for youth to establish a sense of ownership in the space. Ask youth what they want and work together to create a space meant for them. For example, this process may range from deciding on a park or a coffee shop where youth feel comfortable to meet, to color schemes and designs of an online hub. Finally, a safe space allows for everyone to feel valued and included. Work together to develop group guidelines to help create a safe and welcoming space for all. Remember, everyone's safe space looks different, so keep the conversations going. And last but not least, show appreciation. Provide food. Decide together on what snacks would be most enjoyed. Provide an honorarium. Chat with youth to get their ideas on what would be best to show appreciation for their participation. It could be gift cards, merch for the project, and so on. Value all participation and input by giving thanks and credit where it's due. And keep in mind that every success is important, so celebrate all achievements, big and small.